Man, I've been checking you out. You've been checking out my show. I've been wanting to get you on. I should have had you on a long time ago. Knowing that, looking at the things that you do on your channel, the powerful information that you give out about this whole thing about being a secure party creditor, understanding the UCC, what the UCC is. Now, let me just read this to you, and we're going to go into this. The Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, first published in 1952, is one of the number of uniformed acts that have been established as law with the goal of harmonizing the law of sale and other commerce transactions across the United States of America, United States, through UCC adaptations by all 50. So this was adapted by all 50 states. Now, help me make sense of this, money boy. But I wanted to give that introduction because we're going to go step by step tonight. That was the founding of this particular Commerce Code in 1952. As we get ready to go deeper into this, let everybody know who you are, your background. I know you've been in the music business and what you're all about before we dig into this very comprehensive information. Thank you. Take it away, brother.
All right, thanks, bro. First of all, thanks for having me, on your show. Thanks. Like you said, I've been watching you for a while. You've been checking me out, and like-minded individuals, energy goes where energy flows. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. Okay, let's say I was born in Oakland, California. My father was down here in Sacramento, a single parent family. A single home family. My mom stayed in the Bay all my life. My father was down here. So it was a little rougher, as coming up in the hood, but I always wanted out because I knew I always had it in me that something was better. Something was better, and it was up to me to take action on my life. Then let's say once I graduated high school, I moved up here to Sacramento. When I moved to Sacramento, that's when I got into the music industry. When I got in the music industry, I was about to sign a deal for $3 million, right? Like everybody else straight out of high school, you just like, hold on, I'm supposed to sign this stuff. But I wasn't like the average person. I started to read the paperwork. When I was reading my contract, I didn't like what was being said in the contract. So I kind of backed out. I was like, nah, $3 million sound good, but I don't want to be nobody's puppet. I don't want to be nobody's puppet. So I landed myself in college because I was like, if I'll sign this, I can almost sign my life away, and I better get a better understanding of paperwork. So I ended up taking business administration. So I got a college degree in that. Now, wow, I was in school. Let's take it to, that's when I first heard about this here UCC stuff, but I just never really paid attention. So I just left the music alone and came down here.
Okay. Let me it probably was your phone. Let me go continue on, brother. So you came up the hard side of the mountain. I was born in Baltimore. Myself, I lived in San Francisco for many years, about 30 years, went to high school there, college. Lived in Oakland for about 10 years. I got most of my friends in the Bay Area, live in the Oakland East Bay area. And one of the things I know about people from the Bay Area, we're some of the most realest people. We're real. We keep it real. We keep it real hypey. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about you and all the brothers that hang with you, that you guys keep it 100% real. You keep it real Bay Area. And I like that. I'm one of those cats. I got friends in the Fillmore, Hunters Point, Potrero Hill. I've been in Oakland, Richmond. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in some of those territories, and I'm going to say it's not like the Bay Area. And what you're doing, brother, with that hustle that you have in you, is that you're doing the damn thing, and you are securing your own destiny. And I want you to break down a little bit right here. I hear you often talking about creativity, creative minds. What is this concept that you talk about around creative minds?
If So I can hear exactly what you said, but I heard you say something about creativity and being around people with creative minds.
Yes, yes. I want to know
Okay.
what's your concept of that, because I often hear you say that when you speak.
Okay. All right. So when I was in college, right? Now
Yes, sir.
imagine here I am taking college English, and now I have to use descriptive words, right?
Right.
From me being in the music industry, writing my songs, I already had to use descriptive words. So in order to bring my music to life, I had to use those type of creative words. So then now imagine this. Boom. I get in network marketing. In network marketing, you your own boss. You your own boss. Man, nothing happens if you don't make it happen. So you got to start using your creative mind. Like, hold on. This is the same as an everyday hustle. This is an everyday hustle. They pay a baseball player for 3 hits out of 10. They would pay him. So a baseball player is using his body as his creative mind to hit that ball. So then some people was doing it in music. Some people was doing it in television. People was doing it all around me. People was over here selling so many different things. Every time I walk out the house, they're selling something. And I'm like, hold on, you mean to tell me the ones that are buyers are not using a creative mind? The sellers are the ones that's using some type of, shall I say, you know, in order to get somebody to buy anything from you, you have to have a pitch line. You have to have a logo, something that catch their eye. That's a creative mind. That's a creative mind. So when it started coming to certain information, I had to go back to my creative mind. How can I live my vision? How can I live the way that I want to live?
Okay.
My mind.
All right. Now, I want you to can you take me step by step? How did you come into the knowledge of the UCC, becoming a private citizen, tapping into money that the government likes to keep away from us? They don't want us to know about when it comes to the Social Security card, understanding that our name, when we're born into the world with a Social Security number and a name, that's our trademark. Someone else is making money off of our trademark. And how can one get in control of their trademark, brother?
Okay. I'm glad you said it just like that. All right. You already know I was in the music industry. In order to be an artist, you have to copyright your name, right? So then now check it. 2011, remember Christopher of the Filmz family? We heard about him going crazy on YouTube with this here stuff, paying A for V. And I was like, man, that guy crazy. He about to get himself into trouble. I see what he doing. I kind of really get a concept of what he's doing, but I don't know. I watched this guy. I watched him for like a year. I watched him go in and out, battling with these people in the courts. So I really never dabbed into it. Now, let's say fast forward 2006, when I was in college. I ran across the information again, and I ended up getting some paper. It was a financial statement paper. Now that I found out what it is today, I didn't know what I had back then, but I had it. You know how you just have a piece of paper in your archives for heck long and never really read it?
Right. You're right, brother.
That was me. I never read the book. And one day, one of my uncles was going to court, and he was like, man, nephew, these people got my foot. You know, they got my back against the wall. And I was like, hey, yo, Unc, I found this piece of paper. And they said, if you fill it out right, you know, you can get them off your back. He was like, well, I'm going to try it. Give me that. So I just gave it to him and left it alone. 2011 came back, and he was like, nephew, that paper you gave me was some stuff. It damn near pushed him back with my child support. And I was like, wow, I really wasn't tripping off of it, but he backed me up with it. Then let's fast forward to 2017, because I was not, you know how you just keep hearing. Yeah, now somebody planted that seed in my head back then. So let's go fast forward it. Harvey Dent comes around 2017. He's not just talking about paying your bills with it and sending it in A for V. He was like, you can pay for it with these routing numbers, and it's proven by the back of your social security card. So what did I do? I looked into it. I did exactly what Mr. Harvey Dent said on his video. He was like, if you turn the back of your social security card over, you got a letter in front of all your numbers. That letter represents what district bank you in. It's 12 districts of the Federal Reserve Bank. And I was like, man, get out of here. Let me see. And behold, mine was Boston. Mine was Boston. So you know how we are. I'm going to try it. I really didn't have no bills to pay, but I was like, let me go on my credit report and let me try something. I tried one thing on my credit report and it stuck. They removed it off my credit report. So then I was like, hold on, let me try my car note. So then everybody seen my car note video. I did my car note. It went through. Then all of a sudden I heard another guy was dealing with the same car company. I'm not going to say that car company name, but he was dealing with the same car company and he did it at the exact same time I did it. So it really didn't put him on notice for like a couple of months. I was just paying my car note, paying my car note, paying my car note. Next thing you know, it reversed. They hit me with an R34. I was like, R34? What is an R34? It was a code saying that it was somebody in the administrative office was sitting behind the desk, and every time we was using that number, we weren't authorized to use it, so they kept reversing it. And I was like, hold on. One stuck, one got reversed, another one got reversed. So I was like, hold on, Melvin. That's my name. My mom named me Melvin. I was like, hold on, Melvin. There must be something to this. Harvey Dent said you can pay it with just, entering these routing numbers. Christopher Fleming said you have to fill out these paperwork. I stumbled upon the paperwork in the middle of my journey. Like, I gave it to my uncle though. So that's when I was like, let me look into what everybody is doing, what kind of paperwork is needed. So at the same time as I was studying on trying to find the paperwork and putting all of my dots together, I was trying to put everything together. I kept pushing that button. I kept ordering stuff. Things kept coming. Amazon, I'm sorry to put them out there like that, but Amazon kept coming. But when I got a reversal from Amazon, I called. They told me to call Telecheck. So I called Telecheck and was like, hey, why Amazon? First they took the order. Now they not taking the orders. I asked them what was up, what was going on. They said it was because it was used with an account that was never used before. It was a real account, but never used. And it was my first time ever making a transaction with that account. So that set off green in my head. Like, all right, so now that I am using my account, what do I have to do? She told me to update it with her in the system. So I updated all my information. I gave her 100%, my address where I live at right now. I gave her that. I gave her my, how you tell her your ID. I made sure everything was lined up to where I'm living at right now. And then she was like, okay, in 7 days, your account is unlocked. That would have been the 23rd, on the 23rd of August. I was like, oh, I'm unlocked on the 23rd. Okay. So I waited, so as I was waiting, I started finding out, oh, you got to have this paperwork filed. You got to have some of that paperwork filed. And at first I didn't understand what those terms meant, because in the beginning, I'm just all over the place. I'm thinking ones and zeros, cash. But really there was no cash. It was only credit. Wow. When I heard credit.
Let me do this, brother. This is very interesting, folks. We're going to break this down step by step. Let me give some peace and respect to folks in the chat room. We've got King Wage in the house. We've got my man Kenny in the house. BT, I know who you are, sister. You've been following me on Twitter, and I follow you. Thank you for being here. We got my man We got MDEDU in the house. Who else do we got in the house here? The Black Cyber Network. Oh, Chef and More. Make sure y'all check that sister's channel out. Give her some love. She's got a great channel. We got Topaz Presents in the house. Good to see you here. Always good to see you here. And we got my man Gab Talk Media that got the second channel, the Gab Real Conversations in the house. Good to see you here. And we got the Creative Creole. I really like that sister right there. She's really cool. We got the Story Time with Shaw Jones, who's in the house. And we got Miss Ellie Only the Wise and my man Earl Owens, who came through. So we're going to keep it going. I know it's late for people that are in the East Coast, but we're going to keep this going, and I'm going to definitely push this video way after it's over. Let's go step by step, brother. We gotta make this digestible for people. Let's break down. Okay, there's two. There's the UCC, which is the Uniform Commercial Code.
Yes,
and the UCC is a figuring of, it's a lens of legal form. It's a lens of legal forms that creditors file to give notice that it has a interest in a personal or business property of a debtor.
Yes.
Essentially, UCC lens filings are allowing a lender to formally lay claim to collateral that a debtor pledges to secure their finances. So, and then you've got the whole issue around being a private citizen. Let's make this make sense. What in the hell am I talking about?
Okay. One question. How many letters of the alphabet is there?
There's 26 as far as I know.
I'm glad you said that, and you said that because that was the question. I mean, that's the number one answer that everybody says, right?
Okay.
You know, there's 52, upper and lower.
Ooh.
Now you see the difference. Now you see the difference between the secure party creditor, the private, and the public. Because now you see the difference between your certificate of live birth is in upper lower, and then everything that come to your house is in all caps. So those are two different languages right there.
Okay. So when we look at the social security number, let me pop this back up here, Money Boy, the social security number between me and you. I've got the same social security. The social security, you got social security, name of it. You would have your first, middle, your last name on it, as I got here, as you see here. We normally have a security number right there, and they have your signature here, which, if I'm not mistaken, Money Boy, tell me if I'm wrong or right. You receive this particular materials either at birth or at some point in time. You receive that. You have a daughter. I have a daughter. My daughter has this same document. Okay, now work with me here. I've been told that the social security number has codes on it that mean that puts us as individuals when we're born into the world on the stock market exchange, which they're making money off of us because we have not secured our trademark name by using UCC, but furthering that up with putting all the ducks in a row to become a private citizen, a secure creditor party. Now, did anything that they make sense, brother?
Okay, so let's see. Here's my birth certificate. I mean, my certificate of live birth.
Enlarge your picture.
You see on your screen that social security card was in all caps. My certificate of live birth right here. Right? It's in upper lower. My name is in upper lower.
I hear you, brother. Upper lower.
My name is in upper lower. So that's the difference.
So you're saying that the alphabet has two things going, the upper and the lower. But we've been taught that it's 26, but you're saying no, it's more than that because you got upper and lower.
Upper and lower. And then check it. All right, you know I'm born in Oakland, California, so my certificate of live birth say County of Alameda. On line number, let's say 14B, my birth date, so-called birth date, you know, my mom then birthed me that date. It says May 7th, 1978, right?
Right.
But the date that I was bonded and that social security number was made, it says May 19th on here. Why do my birth certificate has 2 dates?
Wow. So what do you think, to make all this make sense to people? What do you think is going on that your birth certificate, and I bet you if I look at mine the same way you pulled yours out, I probably got the same damn thing. And I've actually looked at it, and you're absolutely right. What is going on, Money Boy? Help us understand what that all means. What's going on?
All right. Basically, well, I know a lot of people heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Well, when I first heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he was like, I'd rather work for free. And I'm like, that don't make no sense. Then he was like, some people don't have no debt, but if the more debt is better. And I'm like, that don't make no sense. Where I'm from in the street, they say cash is king. If I can't buy it, I don't need it, right?
Exactly.
But once I came across this information and I found out that it was nothing but credit, I'm like, hold on. You pay debt with the credit, but you can't do that if you're not a secure party creditor. So I was like, oh, man, this is the yellow brick road. It's all right here in front of us, but you got to know the difference between the two. You got to overstand. I don't even like saying understand. What I mean by overstand is you oversee the process. You see the difference between the two. You take back control of the two. Right. If anybody know anything about accounting, there's assets and liabilities. There's accounts receivable, accounts payable. Those are two different sides of the ledger. In order to offset the ledger, somebody got to give a command. You know, that's why they say, show me the Carfax, show me the proof. Well, show me the proof that this wasn't my account, because if the proof wasn't there, they would have been knocking at my door. And then I would have pulled up some of this paperwork in front of me. I would have pulled it up and been like, show me the Carfax.
Okay. Now, Money Boy, let me ask you this. And usually, Money Boy, I'm all super hyped up, but I'm trying to slow myself down because we've got to absorb this information and people have to understand this information. Let me ask you this question. Do you believe that one of the reasons why we sometimes don't understand this information or are not aware of it, because in reality, we don't really understand what money is. We have a false concept of what money is. Now break it down, brother.
Yes. All right. Money. All right. So take it like this. If they say money is currency is energy, you know, so therefore, in order for you to obtain money, you're transferring energy, which is nothing but transmitting utility. So if anybody know anything about a UCC financial statement and they know how to fill it out, they would know that we're doing nothing but transmitting utility. How much energy I put into this is how much energy I get back. You know, how much I get back. Some people said you will never be able to open up the Treasury Direct account, right?
I've heard that.
Here's the proof. And I got it stamped. There's the stamp.
Here. Let me move. I want to take one of the because I want people to see that. There's the stamp. Can you bring it a little closer to the screen so people can see that? So let's see. There it is. There it is.
I had them stamp it, and then you'll see which form it is. And MWEDU on number 2. When we come back, you know you won't hear it with me. That's MWEDU. That's me and Wes.
Yeah, I plan to bring your whole crew up here for another show. What's going on, Joe, my brother Joe, and strong-minded individual in the chat room? Let me say this. That form that you have, let me know if that form is one of, let me see here, one of 9 forms, because the information that I have talks about the UCC1. And once again, for those of you coming in the chat room that are wondering, what the hell is a UCC1? It's the Uniform Commercial Code, which they don't tell you about, folks, that you can use to empower yourself by controlling your own destiny economically through controlling your own name, your own trademark, which they're playing around with on the stock exchange, and you don't even know about this. Now, the UCC1 consists of 9 separate articles, each of which cover separate aspects of banking and loans, companies that conduct business, transactions outside of their home, states must comply with the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC. The code has been fully adopted by most states, slightly by others. So most of the states in this country, 50 states, have this, but they don't tell you about this. The IRS don't tell you about this. Now, Money Boy, is that form that you just showed us, is that part of that 9 form? Does that play into any of the things that I said about these different forms that you have to be aware of and you got to properly fill out properly? Or are you on a whole nother level here?
Yeah, that was a little next. That was a little bit boom right after that one. You know, that was that boom. That was the one when everybody said, "Oh, if you do a UCC, you still ain't gonna be able to open up your Treasury Direct account." Well, that was after the UCC, but you know, that was a whole nother thing. Sometimes you can't give them a little bit of information too fast. Now let's slow it back down for them. Now they're like, well, Money Boy, how do you go back and show the difference between the names? Some people filed a UCC already. I got you, MW. I got you, MW.
MW, what's up?
He said, no. All right, I know. Sometimes we can't go too deep.
That's the reason why I want to go deep, but I need to slow down because we got them. People are going to be listening to this that follow my channel, and they're going to be listening. They're going to be saying, what the hell are they talking about? So that's why I want to slow it down, and so that people will be able to digest what we're saying. So I talked about all that stuff about the different papers and all of that, but let's slow it down. What's the next step? I know you got your young one there. What's the next step? What's the next step or next thing that you need people to understand about what we're talking about here? What is something you need to give the people, the information that's necessary?
All right, I just want to ask them this. What was the first thing they ever been robbed for? Or have they ever been robbed in their life?
Wow. As the brother says, a step-by-step process. So anybody in the chat room, we're going to pull up your statements. And we got my sister Silk, BB Silk Scratcher. She's in the house. She says, great Thursday to Money Boy. But anybody would like to answer that question by Brother Money Boy, don't be shy, because this is all a learning process for all of it. Okay, the Black Cyber Network says colonizers became employee slaves because employees all because of religion and native, something like that. Colonizers became employers. Colonizers. I'm sorry about that. Let's see what else has to say here. And then we got my man Quiz. So the Federal Reserve. Now check this out, Money Boy. I'm very aware that the Federal Reserve is not a part of the federal government. It's a private bank. And a lot of people think that it's part of the government when in fact it's a private bank. It's a centralized bank that definitely continues to put more debt on top of all of us. And I know that the dollar bill is nothing but legal tenure. It's paper. Because they took the gold standard off the dollar back during the stock market crash, which was created by bankers like the PJ Morgans of the world, the Rothschilds, and things of that nature.
Yes. Yep. That's why when everybody running around here thinking that they ran after the right bag because they got a lot of FRN notes, no, you ran after the wrong bag. You know, they ran after the wrong bag. We was taught to go after the wrong bag. Once I woke up to this type of information, I'm like, nah, that I don't run after that bag no more. I go after taking back what was mine, because like I said, the first thing we were robbed for was our birthright. You know?
Now, I heard you. I was ear hustling. You were talking to a trucker friend of yours on your channel. And you said something about the whole thing around banking and bonds and people not understanding really what the different bonds are and how they can benefit you. And when you go to the bank and you sign a check, and you put your name on a signature. And I understand that anything you sign your name to, you are what they call contracting with the state, the government, whatever it may be. Can you explain, in the way you explained then, what's this whole, how does this play into banking? Because some of us have banking accounts. I have a checking account, savings and all of that. What are we doing wrong with our banking and checking account? How are we robbing ourselves, literally not understanding money?
Because people don't hold equitable interest in their name.
Oh, shit. Wow. Say that again, brother. Say it. I want people to hear this. This is for the effect of reality. People got to get this reality. Say that again.
People don't hold equitable interest in their own name.
Damn. And let's say now, how does one, it gets going slowly, by getting equitable interest in our own name, we have to file the what? The UCC one?
And you have to correct your name.
Woo! Now, what do you mean? Like, we know what our name is on our birth certificate, right? We all get a birth certificate. What do you mean by correct your name, money boy?
Why it don't match what come to your house? It don't match none of your bills, so that's not me.
So if it doesn't match anything that's coming to your house through the U.S. mail, which is federal, and anybody that tries to put a claim on you with bills, and you can deny that without any penalty.
Yep.
Okay. Does everybody in the chat room understand the concept that me and Money Boy are talking about?
Title 18, U.S. Code 1342.
Ooh, okay. Damn it.
Oh.
No. I'm gonna put that in the chat room. Title 18. Everybody in the chat room and everybody that'll be listening to this afterwards, and those of you that will be listening in my podcasting platforms, and those that are listening in Twitter right now live and Periscope live right now, go look up the Title 18. Now, how can they go about finding that? Can they Google that, Brother Money Boy?
Google it. Yeah, just Google it. Just Google Title 18, U.S. Code 1342, and they're gonna say a couple of things. It's a man. Once I started waking up to this, I was like, "Wow, I never would have read this."
Did you say
I got all of
13? Did you say U.S. Code 13? All right, I'm gonna put that in the chat for people. No, that's wrong. It's Title 18. Okay, you said Title 18, U.S. Code 13, right?
1342.
1342. I'm going to put that in the chat a few times. Okay. Can you explain to everybody, Money Boy, why a Title 18 U.S. Code 1342 is so important to understand, to read? Can you just give them a little bit more juice on that?
So when the people come, like I said, if somebody come knocking on your door and they looking for the all caps, then you got to have some type of proof and let them know the difference of they stuff. Not we didn't make up Title 18, they did, you know, but that's the proof. Like, hey, this is show your stuff.
Okay. So let me say this. Let me repeat this again. If the mail that comes in my mailbox under the name, that has my name the way I recognize it through the federal U.S. mail, and someone says, "Hey, information man, you owe us money over here," and they try to get me to pay a bill or charge me with something that is not a part. And if I already have my name trademarked, if I have control of my name trademarked by filing these paperwork that you're talking, the proper paperwork in the proper manner, then I don't have to honor someone else coming to me with something that's not written in the way my letters and bills are sent to me through my mailbox. Is that correct?
Hey, as I've been studying, like I said, at first I was all over the place. I was just looking for stuff. And as I was finding stuff, I was like, wow, you mean to tell me they put it in the books? The books is right there. We just able to read the book. and take it slowly instead of, you don't want to take nothing and just rush into it. That's like,
go ahead,
you know,
brother.
that's like getting a box in the mail of a puzzle, and then all of a sudden you think you just supposed to put the puzzle together without reading the instructions. It don't work like that. A lot of people just think they can go from A to Z. Nope. We start you right back off at the beginning, and you must slow down.
So it sounds to me like, Money Boy, like you're talking about, or we're talking about, a concept that allows one to be free within the system, truly free, because some would call this being sovereign, like a sovereign nation to yourself. Is that sort of what this is, being sovereign to yourself?
I don't say none of that. I don't even use that term.
Okay.
You know, certain terms I just don't use because I always felt like I was free. You feel me? Even coming up in the streets, I always felt like I was free. And then I always wanted to know who gave them control to come and harass our people, or harass me for that instance. You know, that's all I always wanted to know. So I just don't use that word. I thought we was always free.
Now, I'm going to read something when it comes to the whole issue around trademarking. Your trade name is your business. And you, as the living being, function in commerce through your trade name. What does that mean, Money Boy? Make that make sense for the folks.
All right, Money Boy. My name is Melvin, but I'm doing commerce, Money Boy.
Okay.
That's the difference. My commerce name is Money Boy. Easy. But anybody else, what? Y'all want to come mess with me? No, I'm Melvin. It's two different, those are two different names, two different things. You know, I can open up a business account in Money Boy that Melvin can operate or control, but don't own it. It's two different things. It's two different. All right. Why did Prince change his name from Prince to a symbol?
I remember because Prince was basically, he had a horrible contract with Warner Brothers, and they had control of his, they were getting control of his music, his masters, the Purple Rain album. So because he was really upset with that record company and way they were treating him like a slave, he decided to change his name to a symbol and make money under the name symbol, so that Warner Brothers would not be able to make money off of any prior assets of music that he produces, which would be an asset. And that goes into this area because Brother Money Boy, being a secure party, is a way to protect all of your assets. Is that correct, or is that wrong?
At least that's what, from my knowledge.
Okay.
From my knowledge, you know, because you don't want to just be saying that you ain't secure or you ain't no creditor. You know, if you a debtor over there, it's two different sides. You know, that's just like you just said. Prince can no longer do things under that name Prince because he don't own that name. Warner Brother owned that name.
And then once, I think what happened is once Warner Brother no longer owns that name, because you know how the music business work, you have so many albums that you have to make under that contract, that what I call contracts, I call them contracts, a con game, right?
Con game, yeah.
Prince knew that he had so many albums that he would produce that they would make money off of. So he changed that name until Warner Brothers contract ran out and he could reclaim his trademark name. Is that, let me ask you a question. Remember Tribe Called Quest? When they first on the scene, their album made millions of dollars. And I remember Q-Tip saying in an interview that the album made millions of dollars, but he was still sleeping on his mother's living room floor. And I think after it was all said and done, they all got about $30,000 each out of an album that sold millions worldwide. Now, you being in the music business, man, make it make more sense to the people out there. What the hell is going on?
That would have been the $3 million contract that I would have signed back then when I was 19.
Wow.
Same exact deal. No, profits is better than wages any day.
So when you look at artists, like a lot of the artists that came out back in the Motown days, and you hear the jingles on television, and you thinking that they're making money, but they don't own the rights. They don't own the rights or to the assets of that music anymore. Some corporation is making money off the jingle. They're making nothing.
So it all depends if you know your worth.
Right.
If you know your worth, like if they wanted to give me $3 million back then when I was 19, that means I can go and sell a song right now for more than that. But I just never got back into that lane. Because then I was like,
go ahead, bro. Hey, I just want to say peace and love to Brother Sandman in the chat room. Peace for being here, brother. Y'all give Sandman some love. Go subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Brother's got a great thing going over there in the gaming community. I had a chance to interview him, and it was a dynamic interview. So peace to you for being in here tonight. I see Screen Learning in the house. Peace to you. Once again, Black Bruce Wayne's in the house. Deer's in here. A lot of great people and strong-minded individuals in the house. BT again, Chef and more. Love you. Go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to give a little bit of love to folks that are in the chat room. And once again, everybody, you're listening to the Information Man show tonight. I'm trying to slow down. This information can be confusing, while at the same time, it can be liberating when we're able to get it out and put it out right step by step. I am going to have Money Boy and his whole crew come back and let them just do what they do on his channel and break it all down to you. You know, I got a barber, Money Boy. And I go get my hair cut. We chop it up about these sort of things. And he talks about this sort of stuff very dynamically. And what he told me, because I've always wanted to get him on here to talk about this, you know, he said that, you know, not everybody can handle this kind of information because, you know, a lot of us have been culturally conditioned a certain way. And when you give this information, you got to be very step by step and slow, because it may be hard for people to process the idea that there's money for you to be gotten, but someone else is making money off of that because you haven't yet secured your own assets, your own name.
MW said, he said they own their estates. They own your estate. So, like,
wow. So, Money Boy, wait a minute, though, brother. If I was so you know how they always tell us home ownership is the way to wealth and all this other stuff. What is the given these parameters that we're talking about, what are the trappings of home ownership? Do we really own our homes, or is it really owned by the bank? Do they really have the note on that home? Because you know what happened in 2008 and 9. A lot of people got hit hard in the Sacramento area, big time. You know, it's almost like we're living in the Matrix, that everything is an illusion. What we think we own, we don't. Like, for example, I'm sure I have a car and I'm driving. When I have a car, I had to pay registration. Right, for the car. Well, what that tells me, brother, is that in some ways I don't really own the car, because they want to know where their car is on these roads when I'm registering that car, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
State wants to know everything about their car. Where is that car at on the road? Because you have to pay your tax, baby.
Your tax.
You got to register that car because you on our roads, and that's our road. If you don't do that and you get stopped by the police, what do? They take your car away from you. So,
that's, man,
we're living in the Matrix, brother.
Yes, we live. Hey, and this is 100% right? It's just like this. Like you said, we living in the Matrix, right? How you gonna own something if you don't hold the Lodio title? If you don't own the Lodio title, if you don't own the manufacturing title from the manufacturer of your car, you don't own that. You only register it. That's like, where's my house, right? Where's my house? Y'all want to see my house? My house is right here. You feel me?
I hear you.
You feel me? I can make my big house is right here. Upstairs. What? There's upstairs. What's behind the curtain? They trick you, man. It gets deep. It gets deep. I'm just glad that I slowed myself down. If you too busy being a debt slave, working for somebody, what I mean by that is a regular 9-to-5 that's tiring you out. You have no time to study. If you have no time to study, you will forever be trapped in the illusion. It's like a hamster wheel.
Okay. Now, Money Boy, let me throw out another code to you. I was reading that with a secure party creditor filing, we are placing ourselves, meaning everyone in chat room, everyone listening, if you file such paperwork to be secured creditor, you are placing yourself in a position where either render assets to close out the account. So let me say this. There's this thing called HJR 192, the public law, which is 7310.
Yep.
We have our remnants to either render, redeem our assets, or discharge our debt. So the HJR 192, which is a public law 7310, what the hell is that, Money Boy? Are you familiar with that?
So all I can say is, please, y'all, go get that. I have my HJR 192 right here. You just read it for them. I mean, you read and told them what to go and look up. Y'all have to go look that up.
So this is what I'm going to do. Continue with what you're saying, Money Boy, why I write these codes in the chat room. And I'm going to repeat this again, folks. Do your research, go online, and I want you to look up the HJR 192, the public law 7310. This is a way that you redeem your assets to discharge the debt. Please do your due diligence to look some of the things up that I'm talking about. We're going to have to do this again and go slowly because some of the stuff I'm saying may sound something strange to people. Like, what are these Negroes talking about? Right? So we're going to have to, I'm trying to slow it down to make sense. I understand some of these concepts, but folks, I'm going to put these codes in the chat room as Money Boy breaks down anything that's on his mind around these issues. I see my brother TR in the chat room. He's another one that I've got to get up here and interview. You've been eluding me, brother, eluding me. I know you've been on your channel, growing people's channels, hyping things up over there. Check out TR Now Read. The brother is a musician, fantastic YouTuber. That's my brother. He'll be coming your way very soon, everybody. You will get the experience of this brother very soon. So Money Boy, continue with whatever you want to let the people know why I put these particular codes in the chat room right now.
Yeah, I don't know about I just looked down there. Somebody said law. I just know about 192. I don't know about the other part of redeeming that part, but I do know about 192. I can say that. You know, that's just to clear that. But all right, I can say this, y'all. I can say this, and this is something that I can say without anybody being mad or anything. You know, I can say this. You got to do your own due diligence. What worked for you may not work for me. What worked for me may not work for you. Why? Because we might be looking for different things. We might have different visions. We might have the same end game, but different visions. But it's all about coming together, acting as a collective in order to accomplish your goal. You know, when it first started coming to me, we were over the place, all over the place. I had to slow myself down and realize that nothing happens overnight. Nothing is going to just happen overnight. You are not fenced to be Debo going in nobody bank doing anything to where you're going to be like Randall Bean and Heather Ann. You know, some people say that was just propaganda, but hey, so all I can say is it was out there. The information was out there, and do not get you guys into no trouble by doing something without learning the proper steps. Don't just think, oh, I'm supposed to go file a UTC and I'm supposed to just jump right in. No, it's more to it. You have to get your books. You have to learn. You have to study, because at all times, somebody might be behind that door waiting for you, or somebody might come on, knock on your door. And if you're not prepared, I'm not saying be paranoid, I'm saying be prepared. It's better off being prepared than having to gather all your stuff after everything is all, you know, everybody's at your door because you didn't went and tried to push a couple of routing numbers and didn't do your research on why those routing numbers or any of that even existed.
Okay, Money Boy, one of your partners wrote something there. He says it's got to be filed right and bonded and have all full faith and credit to be able to discharge debt and have proof, not just a financial statement. He says fact. What now? What is that? To your knowledge, brother, what is Brother MW? What is Brother MW saying? What is he breaking down to the people here?
All
Why
right,
is that what he just said?
All right. Can I just send my my brother Link? He's gonna come in on my page with me to where we'll have a split screen.
Give him, yeah, go right ahead and give him the link and get him up here immediately.
I was gonna say I don't. Hold on, let me see. All right, give me 1 second, MW.
Yeah. MW, we're gonna get you up here so that you can add to the discussion tonight. Folks, everybody out there, let me everybody out there, I hope that you are enjoying the show. This is really the type of content that the Information Man Show is really built on. I can talk about various different subjects, and these are one of many subjects I've got coming your way. But there's a way that we can empower ourselves. I have, like I told you, brother, my barber has been in my ear about this, and I'm going to be putting all this information to work for myself. But what good is having information and knowledge if you do not share it with the people to empower people to empower themselves? So I hope this information is helpful for you tonight. We will do this. We're going to continue doing these type of programs to further educate you on this particular material. We got my man, Male Advice in the house. Love the brother. Let's see. Carter says, I started the process a while ago and stopped. Damn it. What did you do? I was scared. Okay. You panicked and you were scared. I thought I was wrong. Damn. All to time I wasted. Damn. Yeah. Don't waste your time if you want to do this kind of this thing. My man, TR Nari, brother. I love you, brother. I'm glad to see you here. You're doing great things on your channel, and you always give me love when I come over to your channel. We got my sister BB Scratch Silks. She says great content. We got my man, and this is the brother that I love as well, Mr. Male Advice, DIV. This brother has gifted hands. TR, you got to check him out. And TR, I believe he's from the islands like yourself, brother. I believe he's Jamaican. I hope because I know the Caribbean is very big. People can be from various places, but if you're not familiar with him, TR Nari, check him out. And for Mr. Male Advice, DIV, brother, you need to get over to TR's channel because he helps you grow your channel. He helps you get more, subscribers and people to support what you're doing. But this brother on his channel, he's got gifted hands. He creates the most incredible things, folks. You should see the crafts and the things that brother does with his hands and the things that he creates. It's fantastic. So everybody in the chat room, all of you, please subscribe to Mr. Male Advice. And any of you that are content creators, just go ahead and subscribe to each other. Okay. I hope that brother MW has gotten the link to the program. TR, I'm talking about Mr. Male Advice. DIV, he's in the chat room, brother. Check out his channel. And brother Male Advice, check out TR. And I think if I'm correct, TR, I think he's from Jamaica, or he's Jamaican like yourself, brother. So you guys have some cultural things in common, and both have great channels. And I want to see everybody prosper. That's why all the time I'm always going to tell people to support each other. Money Boy, are you able to get him the link?
I told him to check his email. I already sent it to his email.
Okay. Yeah, just check your email and then come on in. And if he's not able to come on tonight, Money Boy, I'm gonna schedule a second version of this so that you can bring your crew on and we can go over this step by step again. I think stuff like this requires us to continue educating our people who may not know about this. and I'm sure there are those that do know about it, but you got his young one there. I'm gonna mute your mic. I know you got your young one there. So everybody, this is good information. Let me go over a few other things around this issue, if you all don't mind. And I'm just glad to see you all here. I know it's late for you. I normally would do programs like this on the weekend, but I've been trying to get this brother on for quite some time and finally made it happen. Now, this is part of this whole thing we've been talking about, protecting assets. Protecting assets is not the only thing that is accomplished through the secure party creditor process. We can also do what is referred to as securing our assets that are being held. Okay, I see them there. Let me bring them in. Let me bring the brother in. All right, there we go.
What's up? What's up, people?
All right, bring you in here. Let's get everybody rocking and rocking and rocking. Okay, brother. Welcome to the program. You heard some of the things that I was saying, some of the things that Money Boy was saying. Can you add I'm gonna wait till you get all your stuff together. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, brother. You heard some of the things that I've been saying, Money Boy's been saying. Can you add some extra clarity to some of the things that we've been saying? Maybe improve upon where we probably need to, clarify. Can you give us some taste here, some good stuff here?
Okay, we're gonna go back to the Prince situation. That was a good one right there. When you said that Warner Brothers owned it, the name.
Right.
So he switched it to the symbol. Well, just think about it. How can you register your name as a symbol? See, there's the flag. There's the flag right there.
Couldn't let me ask you this question. Couldn't a symbol be seen as a trademark? Because companies do trademarks all the time, right? The McDonald's, the little McDonald's symbol with the little M or whatever we call it, that's a trademark, right? Nobody can use that trademark without paying McDonald's something. McDonald's ain't gonna let you use it. So is that kind of what Prince did with using the symbol?
So you saying Prince created that symbol and then trademarked it and service marked it to be able to gain equitable interest off of it?
That's where I'm trying to go.
It's interesting. I mean, that case can be that's a case that could probably be fighting in court or something like that. Yeah, but I don't think that happened. Like in my situation, from my mentors and what I know and how I see things from my perspective, since I've been on my journey with this process, that a lot of people kill that name that y'all see out in the public. So to kill this public name, it have to be something horrendous happen so it can affect the public in a way that I can disappear and keep on pushing without, you know what I'm saying, I could be around you but not around you, and you won't even notice that I'm here because I got you thinking that Prince is dead, or the artist that's formerly known as Prince is dead. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he's dead to the public. That's because no one has put their paperwork in place to get themselves to the private side. See, that's why it's two sides of the ledger, public and private. They don't put the private in the public because you can't mix it. It's like oil and vinegar. It don't mix. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, back to the UCC, when you guys were talking, like anybody could file a UCC financing statement. But if the company that the UCC financial statement that you file isn't bonded, then you really don't have nothing but a piece of paper that's been filed because you don't have proof that this company is even bonded.
Right.
So, yes, it can help you in a way, and then it can harm you in a way if you don't know the steps that need to be taken to do the proper process. Now, Money Boy asked y'all a question. What have you ever been stripped for? I said robbed for, and didn't know you was robbed for.
Let me bring up an example. I think when you go and you purchase a car, the moment you drive the car off the lot, you've been robbed already. because the equity of that car, the value of that car goes down. Obviously, when you start driving it and you start signing your name on documents and all sorts of paperwork that they get you entangled with. These are bad. And as much as we like cars, they're bad investments to a certain degree.
Yeah, but if you do your due diligence, and like I said, everybody is not awake yet. So when you know that that promissory note that you can create, because now you're in a certain situation. Now, with my situation, I'm a secured party creditor. I have been discharged by the Navy, by the militia, by the military.
Okay, keep that there. I want people to see that. There you go.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
You see that?
Stated.
That's giving me all full faith and credit to do what I need to do. You see that? They gave me full faith and authority. It's right there. You can see it.
Full faith and authority.
Right there. That's me. That's who they get at to it. And all superior liens got to go through the state of Georgia. You see all that? Superior
state of Georgia.
Yes. Because look, this is my UCC1 financing statement. See that? See is where it's filed at. See, you got that file number up there, y'all.
State of Maryland. State of Maryland. Keep it right there. Keep it. I want to read that part. State of Maryland, UCC1. Woo, commerce.
Commercial lane. Big homie. This the superior lane. You see that? Now watch this. Book and page. By the superior court. See that? I got the. Yes, I have the. I have the power over the estate. Now I'm first in line. Now I put myself first in line. You see what I'm saying?
So,
now,
brother,
that's only on the C. See what I'm saying?
So can you just for people to understand what this all means? Can you tell people exactly what that how does that empower you? What does that allow you to do in your travels in this country we call America? How does that empower you so that people can understand really what this is doing, what it does for you, and how it can actually change your life economically and control your own destiny?
Okay, cool. What this can do for you, for me, I could operate right now as a private banker. I could create like how the Federal Reserve create. I could create promissory notes, bill of exchange, because now I have full faith and credit and all authority to do so. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you can create your own finances, then that answers your question right there. That means you don't have to go work for nobody. You don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning when you don't want to get up, go out there in that bad weather, or if it's, whatever you got to go out there and get into. You don't have to do that anymore. You can sit at home and sell Ghetto coffee or Carrot Bar Goals, or, do something else you want to do. You don't have to go and do something that you feel that you have to do anymore, because now the bills, I got full faith and credit. Now I can offset all that. I can discharge that. See what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about how this gonna get paid this month, how that's gonna get paid that month, because now I know how to balance the ledger. And once people realize that the national debt is what the United States owe to the people, but the people haven't woke up yet, you know what I'm saying, and woke up to balance the ledger.
So let's repeat that. You said that it's about balancing the ledger, and that not all people have woken up to the fact. Say that again, that part. This is very important. Say that again.
Yeah, all people haven't woken up to the fact that the national debt is what the United States of America owes the people. But you got to put yourself in place. You got to put yourself first in line. If we can get everybody to put themselves first in line and stand up, just imagine how this can be. We won't be sitting up here saying, well, how can we, how can this work for me, or how can this change my life dramatically? You'll be saying, man, look what it done for me. Look at this. Those brothers was right. Man, now I'm over here in this country helping this person. Now I'm over here helping this person. I'm building I'm investing in infrastructure. I'm investing in because we need a lot of different things, all this GMO foods and stuff out here. We got to get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? We got to start farming and growing our own food. So we need farmers. You see what I'm saying? It's deeper than just getting this and trying to get some money or thinking it's a fix, fast, quick to anything. No, you educating yourself for greatness because you could be the next elite. It's all about you. You put yourself in a position to be what you want to be because you can be whatever you think. If you think it, you can be it. If you think it, you can do it.
I always had a motto, anything I can believe I can achieve. Now,
Yes.
brother, can you explain this? What you just explained to us, is this how banks have been able to get over on us because they've got that understanding of how the system, how to manipulate the system? And like I was telling Money Boy, we got to start with like little baby steps, because I think our whole concept of money that we've been culturally conditioned to believe, if we don't have this knowledge, we may not understand really how money works. We call it money, but the banking system has a whole different concept.
It's fiat. It's fiat. It's
Okay.
a fiat currency that's not bad by nothing but 1.26% of gold right now at the moment. So it's not worth more than a tissue that you wipe your tail with.
Wow.
To be honest, that's all it is. Okay, just take it like this: you got $10,000 worth of gold, you put it in the safe. You got $10,000 worth of fiat, you put it in the safe. 5 years later, you go back to that safe. Which one of those precious? Well, a lot of people love that fiat. Which one have grown value? Which one have gained value in those 5 years? The gold or the fiat?
Well, let me make a guess here. Since they did take the gold standard off the dollar, which really put real value on our currency, I would say the gold, because I know that the paper currency is just what it is, legal tenure. It's not real, it's just paper.
It's not lawful. Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
thank you for that.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. He's absolutely right. It's not lawful. It say it's legal, but it's not lawful. It's a debt note. It's a debt servicing note. It's printed up by a private corporation. The Federal Reserve is not part of the government. It's a private corporation. That's why when you look on the back of those Social Security cards, you see those certain little numbers with those letters. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people figured it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And once you figure it out, it's too late. It's just like this. I go to the National Archives and get a lot of information as well. So, like, for instance, this right here, this here says contracts. Can you guys see that?
Wait a minute. Let me enlarge your screen so everybody can see that. Hang on, brother. Okay, boom. I just contracts payable in gold.
Come on, people, wake up now. Wake up, people. Wake up. Stop signing your signature on everything. Every time they ask you for your name and your social security number, tell them no. I'm a private civilian. Everything is protected under the 4th Amendment. I hold title of my name, and I can't give it to you.
Right. I once I've got a guy I know who he was driving his car, and you know when you're driving your car and the police stop you, you should tell them, I'm not driving, I'm a traveler. I'm traveling.
We had a situation tonight.
And he has paperwork. The paperwork, he's filed paperwork because the reason why police will say to you when they stop you, let me see your ID, is because they want to do what? Contract with you. The minute they see that signature on that card, you are telling the police by their laws, yes, you can do whatever you want to me. You can seize my car.
To everything, the tickets, the handcuffs.
Which is why they're always saying, let me see your ID. And this brother on the video, he didn't show him the ID. He told the cop, I'm a traveler. I'm a private citizen. Look at the document. And they harassed him, but they actually let him go.
Yeah, you got to hold your ground. See, they'll test you because a lot of people is out here false flagging. They got the documents, but they can't stand behind the docs. So if you can't stand behind your docs and you still contract with them and you got docs, then they know they got you. But me, tonight, I had one of my brothers get stopped by the police, and the guy asked him for his ID. He had his passport. He said, "Where your license?" He said, "Well, when I'm driving, I have my license. When I'm traveling, I have my passport, and I'm traveling at the moment." And it was a rookie cop. You know, he came back. He went and ran his whatever they did, but by his paperwork and thing is in the system. When they ran his name and it showed what was in the system, he come back and give him like how he live in a little village. He live up in a village in Illinois. So you know how like when your village sticker run out, you get that little little citation to tell you that you need to get that sticker.
Yes.
Because he didn't have any license, any insurance, and the car was not registered. And they gave him a village sticker citation that told him to have a good night. You know why? Because he was traveling.
Wow.
He wasn't driving. He wasn't operating in commerce. See, every operating in commerce, they didn't tell you that. You know, they didn't tell us that when we was going to school that we was operating in commerce. So now when you get when you get to the age of majority and you figure it out, then you got to do your due diligence, and then you got to do your own homework. Like Money Boy could tell y'all everything, but if you don't,
but this is what I need you brothers to do, because there's people who need to grasp the concept that'll be watching this video after the fact. Can you break down? Can you explain exactly what do you mean when you say when you're getting in your car, you're driving in commerce? Explain that more, because there are going to be people that's going to look at this and they may not understand exactly. Well, what the hell is that to a certain degree? Because people don't think about in their car as being an act of, you know, in that way. The average person,
well,
you know.
Well, when I say operating in commerce, like, if you not working for a company or you're not doing any service on the roads or anything, then your vehicle shouldn't have to be registered. When you register your vehicle, you're registering it to be used in commerce. That's why you got tags. That's why you got stickers. That's why you got to keep up with the registration, and you got to keep up with the stickers. You got to follow the speed limit. You see what I'm saying? If you're driving an 18-wheeler, you got to follow the weight. You got to follow all those laws on the road because you're operating in commerce. You're delivering whatever you're delivering. You're delivering goods, or you're delivering whatever you're delivering for this company that you're supposed to be fictitiously working for, that you don't know that you're working for, because you don't know you're operating in commerce. You don't know when they say license and registration that you're contracting. Then nobody teach you that you were contracting when they ask you for that. All you know is you complying with the law. You see, because that's what they teach you.
Right.
But you got to teach yourself, because you always felt like someone right with this. So the UCC, like you were saying, is, you got to start in those books. They put all the information in the books because that's what people fail to do. They fail to read. A lot of people mistakes and how you put it, misinterpretations and lack of education is because they don't read. We don't pick up a book and read. We don't even pick up the local newspaper and read. We don't even go in the back to see if somebody got a name change, or check the obituaries to see if somebody might pass away. Anything to that next. We don't read, and that's what hurt this generation and a few generations before mine. People do not read, and once you start reading and finding things and start putting it together, like right now, I found out about this in 2017. 2020, we got a process to get people right through,
Mm-hmm.
So I help people step by step. I have a little situation, MWEDU, and they come over, watch, they email me, I'll give them a link, they'll go to the private chat, we'll start at the beginner's lounge, and I'll help educate them on what's going on and how to get their paperwork started. And then we move them up to different levels like that. But we let them educate themselves first. We just don't give them packets or sell you this and sell you that, because nothing is for sale. Education is for free. Remember that. Knowledge is for free. It's never for sale. So I help educate the people because I know what's been working for me. And I know if it's worked for me, it can work for them. All they have to do is apply themselves. So everything that Money Boy has been telling you guys, it's true. But if you don't apply yourself, then it's just useless. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a gun with no bullets and you trying to go to war. You see what I'm saying?
Let me just give a shout out to, there's a lot of folks that have been, I know it's late for people that live in the East Coast that may be watching. There's people that's hanging with us right now. I want to give a shout out to Miss Mohawk Aborigine, King Wages in the house, strong-minded individual is in the house. We've got, of course, you're in the house with us tonight, which I really appreciate that, brother. We got my brother Joe. Brother Joe, I know you're a businessman. Tell me right in the chat room, Brother Joe, if you're still with us, what are your thoughts about what you're hearing tonight? And of course, we've got my man, Mr. Male Advice, DIV. Check him out. That brother's got gifted hands, way he creates those crafts and everything. And he gives out great advice for men. Then we got Carter in the house. TR Nareed's been in the house so far. Let me meet you up right there. And just so you know, everybody, this is being podcast as well. I'll be pulling this over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio Podcasts, SoundCloud, all the good stuff when I have opportunity to port it over there. BB Scratch and CC Scratcher is in the house. BT, Sister BT, who's been following me on Twitter. Love you, sister. Thank you for being here. Of course, we got Money Boy. We got Black Bruce Wayne in the house. Peace to you. We got Surviving All Storms in the house. We got the Black Cyber Network. We got Slots in the house. Thank you for being here. Just says awesome live. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all check out her channel as well. King Wage again. That's a brother that I got to get up here on the platform. We got the Spiritual Creed. Thank you for being here. Just naming some folks who may be here, may not be here. G is in the house. Thank you for being here, Sister George Frazier. Let me see. And there's people that have come in and gone, and there's going to be so many more people that will be watching this because I'm going to particularly push and promote this stream after it's over and push it through because something like this is too important to not promote it heavily, and I will do so. Let me unmute you, brother, now, and let us know what is that you have in your hand right now, brother. What is that? The world government.
This is a world passport.
A world passport.
6 different languages.
God.
And it's an upper lower.
Wow. Now,
and come on. You see this?
I see it
through the UPU.
UPU. Can you tell us what UPU stands for, brother?
United Postal Union.
United Postal Union. Okay. What is the significance, if I may ask you, what is the significance of having a world passport versus someone like me who may have the general American, United States passport? What is the difference of the two? Is it because of you being sovereign to yourself, private citizen?
I'm a private civilian. I don't use the word citizen at all. I'm a private civilian. And the difference is that's not you.
Okay.
So if they say, hey, you the holder of that, you got to do 20 years because we feel like you broke. You didn't honor this law or you didn't follow this command. Then you the holder of that, so you gotta deal with that.
Okay.
See, all my situations go through the court, go through chancery court because I'm on the civil side. You see what I'm saying? When you get your stuff right, you get moved to the civil side, not the criminal, because that's a taxation court. That court is nothing but a tax court, and that's how they get the people. They go in there talking about their constitutional rights and things like that to that nature, but they ain't did their homework before they went in there. Because they won't be using the Constitution in the taxation court.
And that's true, brother. A lot of people will use those particular laws that don't really apply with what you're talking about. And I was telling Money Boy, it's like we're in the Matrix, man. We're asleep. So much that we don't know, so much that they don't tell us, so much that's hidden from us. And this is the reason why they want us to look at sport. They want us to look at television. They want us to be bickering and fighting with each other because they don't want us to know what the truth is if we're so focused on sport, on fluff, entertainment, who's got the latest shoes, the latest iPhone, and so on and so forth. We really don't know what the hell is going on around this
smoke and mirrors.
Around us. Smoke
and mirrors. They put it in your face. It's this TV show out here on. It's called Manifest. It's what it's playing. It's playing. Went missing for 5 years, but the people on the plane, when the plane came back and landed, the people on the plane, it was like a normal flight. Like they went from there to there. They in their mind, they wasn't missing. In their reality, they wasn't missing for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Yes. But when that plane landed at the airport, they had to be quarantined because they had been looking for that plane for 5 years, and it landed after 5 years without refueling. 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And these people get off this plane, and now look, 5 years have gone by. They thinking these people are dead. They missing. So people move on with their life. Your wife, your husband, your sister, that loved one you may have might moved on with their life thinking that you are dead. Now you come back. Now she's married to somebody. You married to somebody else. Now what you see what I'm saying? Just think about it. People don't sit up in rooms and create these fictitious shows that come on TV. A lot of this stuff happens in real life, and they put it in your face to show you what goes on, and you sit back and be like, man, Hollywood, Cole, you see how they just did that? No, that just happened. Prime example, the Bermuda Triangle. That's prime example. It's nothing but a portal. It's a portal. When you do your homework and you do your due diligence, it's a portal.
Because people go missing there and you never see them again. And I do believe the reason why I believe in that type of stuff, brother, because I'm a brother who gets into metaphysics. I study and look at, examine what we call dark matter. And there are things about this planet that we don't really know, that we think we know. There's so many things that we don't know. And just like most of us don't know about being a private citizen and securing our credit.
I got something for you. Look up House Res 194.
House Ridge 194. Yep,
HR 194.
Wait a minute.
And I want you to read that to the people, man.
94.
And that's gonna shine a lot of light. I got you, MB. That's why I was trying to. Yeah, I got you, my brother.
Money Boy, you've been quiet for a minute, brother. Can you elaborate any thoughts that come to your mind? We've been chopping it up pretty good here.
Oh, I thought you still had me muted the whole time. I didn't realize that when you muted me, I muted it at the same time when my daughter had came in there.
Oh, okay.
But sorry. No, I'm just glad MW came up because I was over here like, what can I?
Yeah, because like everybody not. Because like fluent, just like Shipper, he didn't want fluent with his paperwork. Like certain questions, yeah, we hear of it, but we might not be fluent to get the proper answer. So if I see him, like, I'm not gonna leave my brother on the edge. I don't care what the situation is. So I'm coming up regardless. You, him, anybody, I'm coming up.
Okay, you said HR 194.
Yes.
Because what I'm looking at is the introduction in the House 1/3/2019. Iran human rights and the hostage
accountability. Right here we go. Right.
I'm gonna have to let me enlarge your screen. Hang on for one moment. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. While you got that up, let me keep that up real quick. Let me see if I can do something different here. We'll see that real quick. And let me dash 194. And let me see what I come up with. Okay, I think I might have the documents. The Congress, what is this? Is it the apologizing for the enslavement and racial segregation of African Americans?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here.
This is where it all starts for people.
The House of Representatives, millions of Africans and their descendants were enslaved in the United States and the 13 American colonies from 1619 through 1865, whereas slavery in America resembled no other form of involuntary servitude known in history, as Africans were captured, sold at auction like inhumane objects or animals, whereas Africans were forced into slavery where brutalized, humanity dehumanized, and subject to indignities of being stripped of their name and heritage, whereas enslaved families were torn apart after having been sold separately from one another. Brother, damn it, you gave me something. I gotta do a damn live.
Yeah. I just wanted to show you, like, this is where it starts right here.
This is like putting me in a trance right now. Let me just read two more lines, brother. You didn't got me entranced in this. Whereas families were torn apart, having been sold separately from one another, whereas systems of slavery and the racism against persons of African descent upon which depended on becoming entrenched in the nation social fabric, whereas slavery was not officially abolished until the passage of the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution in 1865 after end the Civil War, whereas God, ooh, let me stop, man. The spirit is taking me over. This is powerful stuff. I'm going to have to do a separate program on this. But now, as I have read that, now I need to have your thoughts, brother, because you are the one that hit me to the document. So you go ahead and tell us what are your thoughts? Where'd you find this? How'd you run into it? What are your thoughts? And you too, Money Boy.
Well, my mentor always, he said, I'm gonna give you something, but I don't know if you did your homework. So I always make sure that when I show a document, it always be like authentic. So it'd be like, authentic, like the real official stuff. So for one, I like original authentic forms and documents for one. So I like the National Archives. That's where you're going to find a lot of this information. In the National Archives.
Is power.
Yeah, information is power. And okay, this is basically letting you know where everything started. He just said you were stripped of your name and your heritage.
Okay,
that's right.
Put it back up there again. Put it back up there again because I got your. Put that document back up so people can see that one more time. The actual what you have there. Okay, folks. That's some of what I was reading. The brother has hit me to some good information. I will be doing some type of program around that information. I really appreciate him doing that tonight. Now, let me ask this question now, brother. After looking at the passages of what happened to our people, and you hit me to that, and you've been looking at it, of course, how can I say this? The things that have happened to Black people historically in this country, how do we use becoming a private citizen to empower ourselves around the issues of reparations? And how can we use this to our better end, given the fact of what has happened to us, our ancestors historically, on top of Jim Crow and every damn thing else?
So first of all, if you want to make your ancestor happy, you heard what they say they stripped you of, your name and your heritage. Well, you're going to go get your name back first.
Okay.
And I'm not meaning add L or Bay or all that to your name. I mean correcting the name to the proper spelling name. Right. The way you was taught to spell your name in school, first letter capital, the rest is lower. Last name, first letter capital, the rest is lower, upper lowercase. Yes. That's where you start at. That's what's going to get you back on the land because you've been stripped. So now you got to get back on the land. You got to get your name back first because that's just a mirror image of what you see that you think is your name. That's on your ID. That's on any government. If piece of anything that come in the mail, that all caps name, it's a fictitious name. And they was talking about the fictitious name and address under 18 U.S.C. Article 1342, fictitious names and addresses. That's where it starts at. People, get your name back. The name game, Money Boy. I did a video in 2018. I was just going back over all my videos, and I got a video that says claim the name. You got to get the name back, people. And I'm gonna show you my decree because I claim my name. You see what I'm saying? And it's registered and recorded because I see this is the recorded document right here.
Okay, let me enlarge.
See, this is the recorded document. See that? That's the recorded document right there. That's the recorded document, and this is the decree right here. This is the order right here.
Let me filed May 10th. When did you file that? 2019?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I see that right there.
Filed to my proper given name. Right here. Boom.
Okay. So basically what this brother has done, not only is he talking about it, but he's doing it, claiming the name. And as you heard me read off some of the statements in that particular document, they took and stripped us of our name. They treated us inhumanely like animals. And the brother is right. The first thing that you do is you reclaim your identity, your family's true identity, not the name that some slave master gave you.
And I got one more doc for you.
That name. Yes, sir.
Here we go, right here. This gonna have you. I like your energy, man. When you see the truth, man, you was like me. I couldn't help it.
The SCON. Is that Congress referendum or something, whatever they call that?
Yeah, that's Congress. House Reds, all the same. Congress in the House.
Concurrent resolution. Concurrent. Let me write that down for myself personally. Well, you know what? I gotta write it down. Just look at my damn video, of the damn video, and look at the documents that you're putting up. I'm gonna matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me just look this up right now.
Yeah, I want you to look that up now. Yeah, so you can see what I see.
Wait a minute. I got my own. I got my second. Let me look this up right now.
MW, I was like, he's putting up some nuggets for y'all right now.
Yeah, you know, because we just had this talk before we got off the live earlier. Like,
okay.
I think I found it. It's the I found the document.
Okay,
concurrent resolution, whereas during the history of the nation, the United States has grown into a symbol of democracy. Okay, democracy and freedom around the world, whereas the legacy of African American is intertwined with the very fabric of the Declaration and freedom, democracy and freedom of the United States, whereas millions of Africans and their descendants were enslaved in the United States and 13 American colonies from 1619 to 1865, whereas Africans forced into slavery were brutalized, humanized, dehumanized, subject to the indignities of being stripped of their names and heritage. There you go, that name again.
Now this is the apologizing for the enslavement of racial segregation of African American. They showing you that they actually stood up.
111th Congress, first session. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be damn. I'll be damn.
Yeah. It's a real deal right here. Yeah.
So if you think about it, the best thing we can do to get sweet, to get back what's owed to us, that would you argue that most black people in America, in this country, should actually go about the process of filing the proper paperwork to become private citizens?
Exactly. That way they'll be able to balance,
reclaim name, take control of the trademark of our identity, to also tap into those resources and that Social Security. Let me put that up again. That Social Security card.
Man.
Are y'all what we're talking about tonight, brothers and sisters out there listening? And we're going to do another show like this again, because once again, this kind of information, you got to do it over and over again, so people really take the time to pick up on it and do their research. Can any of you, Money Boy? I mean, let me enlarge Money Boy right now. Money Boy, for the everyday person out there, I know we said a lot of stuff tonight. For the layman person, what would you encourage them to do to get started? What's the first thing they need to do to get started, just from pure scratch?
Email Midwest at mwtmv@gmail.com, because look, and go back and watch some of our videos. If y'all see that we were all over the place at first. Yeah.
Okay, this is what I did, Money Boy. I put your channel in the chat. I want everybody in the chat room to subscribe to Money Boy's channel. I'm going to put his channel in the chat again. What I'm going to do, Money Boy, is that I'm going to be heavily promoting your channel whenever I go live, because I did the same thing. I don't know if you're familiar with the Black Brain Trust, but I had those brothers on my channel, heavily promoted them, continue to heavily promote them. And those brothers are into some deep stuff, science, business, the whole 9 yards. What I'm going to do is continue to bang the pavement to promote your channel at every chance I get, because you're doing great things. So everybody, if you want to continue to learn about this, you definitely got to go over to Money Boy channel, his channel. I'm going to put it again in the chat room so that you can.
Don't forget MWEDU.
Okay.
You have to put that in there too. I don't go nowhere without my brother from another mother. You see, we came together.
Yes, sir.
That's why when you first asked me, I was like, hey, I'm trying to, should I email, but I'm so glad the whole family,
no problem with that, because
family joined in.
It's about knowledge. It's about giving people correct information to empower them. No, that's what what we're doing tonight is really what my channel is all about. We have, it's about solutions. I'm going to keep it 100% real. A lot of times people get on these platforms and they're not giving any solutions to the things that we need as a people. Tonight is one of the best shows I've done because we're actually giving real solutions to issues, to things that people are not aware of that can empower them. That is more important than anything. And that's why I have no problem with brothers coming on and bringing more power to the dialogue. So Money Boy, or any of you brothers that are on right now, you can say whatever you want to say to the people now while I put your links into the chat room for your channel. Go right ahead. If there's anything else you want to add, Money Boy, before we conclude tonight.
So all I can say is, man, this whole journey, you're never going to be alone, especially once you connect with us. We a family. This right here, this is not just me. It's a we thing. It's no I in team. You got to become coachable, teachable, trainable. You got to get uncomfortable in order to get back comfortable for the rest of your life. You got to take no as next opportunity. And fear is nothing but false evidence that appear real. Failure is first attempt at learning. This is not our first score around, folks. Me and Midwest been at this for a minute now, for the last 3 years. When I say banging on the beast, bro, you can finish it off. Tell them how we've been banging on the beast, bro.
Banging on the beast. Hard. It's like this. If y'all want to get this information the correct way, like he said, Money Boy channel, my channel, MWEDU, Money Boy Films, whichever. Get that private link, y'all. The best way to get this information, email us, mbteammidwest@gmail.com, mbteammidwest@gmail.com. I'll send you a private link. You can come to the beginner's lounge. We'll see where you at. I'll listen to you because a lot of people come with information already. I listen to what people have to say, and then we give them the process and we get them started, and we start having them level up. And we do that with each and every individual, and we make sure they got it between the ears before they move to the next level, because I can't go in these places and operate your paperwork. You have to do it for yourself, and you're going to be, like he said, you got to be coachable, teachable, and trainable. You know what I'm saying? And know that NO is your next opportunity.
This is what I'm going to do, brother. I'm trying to find you in the chat. I'm going to mod you up because I want you to drop your channel in the link so people can follow your channel as well. And I'm looking for you, but put something in the chat so I can mod you up. And then I want you to drop your channel in there.
I was going to say, information, man, you got
the link. Yeah. I just dropped the link. Channel.
Okay. Here, I see it right there. I'm going to mod you up. Let me mod you up first. You'll turn blue, and then as you see yourself blue, drop the link to your channel and anything else that's pertinent. Money Boy, you had something that you wanted to say, brother? I appreciate y'all coming. First of all, Money Boy, I appreciate you taking time to be with me tonight because I know you are a family man, and I appreciate the brother here. Let me say your name right. What's the correct name that you like to go by, brother?
Midwest.
Midwest. Okay, Midwest. I appreciate Midwest coming on because this is I'm a type of brother on YouTube. I'm not a selfish brother. I'm about people having success, and I'm about sharing information. And I like collaborating with brothers that are about real tangibles and real solutions. So I don't have any problem with that. So I want to tell you again, Money Boy, thank you for your time tonight that you've given me, given us. Let me not me, but everybody listening. And we're gonna have to continue doing this again, brother. No doubt about it. That's what I wanted to say. Is anything else you want to add, or you were about to say, Money Boy? Go right ahead, brother.
I wanted to say I just put the link in the private chat so you can snatch it because I can't do it from the live or that we're in. I just put that in through my phone, so to get modded. But you can copy that link right there and you can drop it if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Black Bruce Wayne to drop his link in there because he's a mod on your channel and he's also a mod on both of our channels. Black Bruce Wayne Jr. in the building. Yeah. He's part of the community. He's part of the family.
Yeah, Black Bruce Wayne, brother. Why don't you go ahead and do that? That's not a problem, brother. Okay, there go the link to his channel. I'm gonna make sure that did that come through right? I don't know if that even came through right. Let me see. What did I do? You know what? Oh, what's going on? Natro. Hey, what's going on, sister from Chicago?
Yeah, it went through.
Okay, because I'm okay, cool. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna subscribe to your channel as well. I advise everybody subscribe to Money Boy's channel and Midwest. Okay, Midwest, I got you.
Yes, sir.
I hit the bell of subscription. Boom. Definitely got to promote you brothers here. No doubt about it. Everybody in the chat room, I want y'all to check out my sister from Chicago, Natro. Check her out. Check out her channel. Give her some love. Subscribe to her. She's got a good channel, good thing going. And the sister also sells products as well. So you need to really give her some love. We got to give each other some love. We got. Before we end, Money Boy and my man Midwest, is there anything else that you need to put on the table that people should understand when it comes to this whole thing about being a private secure creditor, becoming a private citizen, and filing these paperworks and reclaiming your name, as the brother was saying as well, and going over those documents and relates to slavery, man? It's surreal. It really puts it all in perspective. But anything you want to add?
Man, I'll just say, what's understood need not be explained, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, we already see the truth behind the fact of the matter. You know, everybody just got to come together. We got to stand up. Like, we all, you know, you could fall for anything, but you got to stand for something. You know, we've been falling for the tricks all our life. We got to come together, stand up, get this done as a people, as a unit. You know. And once we come together in numbers, then maybe we don't have to do paperwork anymore. You see what I'm saying? Maybe we can change history. We can change the game. You see what I'm saying? So I just want my sisters and my brothers to just stand up, because I'm on the front line for you. I'm out here shooting for you. I love you. I got mad love for you and don't know you, but I know you my sister and you my brothers through the spirit. So I know I love you and I feel you. Straight up.
That's what it's about. Well, for those of you that are coming into the live stream a little late, please, I'm advising everybody, you've got to watch this from the beginning. These brothers will be back on to the program. I would love to definitely come over to your platform too, be a guest on the panel too, Money Boy, because I've been checking out what you brothers are doing over there. You're doing great things. And I just think that personally, more people need to be listening to what you brothers are talking about, because you're very positive, and we need more of that than we need drama on these YouTube streets, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I think I'm gonna tell you something right now, Midwest. When you brought up those particular documents and had me pull them up on the Google, and I read them as best I could, it put everything in perspective, in my opinion, based on everything that we've been talking about tonight. And that's the truth.
And that's why I say those two docs for last for you, so you can see the whole shebang.
Right. Let me that was something else I wanted to go over here. No, I think, you know what? I think we'll come to a conclusion tonight. I think we've put a lot on people's brains, and maybe it's best to give them a little taste and come back another time and add to the ante. So what I want to say is thank you, Money Boy. We're going to do it again. Thank you, Midwest. Midwest, I might have to bring you on too for an interview as well, and podcast it as well. This is going to be heard on all the other Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. I'm going to release that on those platforms over the weekend because it's very powerful, the conversation that we've been having. So everybody out there listening in the podcast world, thank you for listening. Spreaker as well, because I'm on Spreaker. And everybody who's listening out there, do me a favor. I think you need to watch this video again and take it in step by step to understand where we were coming from. Oh, most importantly, you need, I'm telling you folks, share it in your social media, share it with your friends, your loved one, your father, everybody, your parents, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, young people. Share the information, because information, as I always say, is power.
Information is power.
much definitely power. So brothers, thank you. Have a good night. Money boy, take care, brother. I'm gonna get me some rest. Thank you, Midwest. And we're gonna do it again. Let me call everybody out in the chat room who was here tonight. I want to thank brother Black Bruce Wayne, strong-minded individuals. Let me see. We got Naptro in the house. Dark Matter. There's a person that came in called Dark Matter. Peace to you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Get your butt and subscribe. It's not going to hurt you.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. It's not going to hurt you. Silks BB Scratcher, love you, sister. I got to get you up here too and talk to you, sister. It's been a minute since we've been on a panel together to talk about things. Let's see. King Wage came in the house tonight. Let's see. Mohawk Aborigine Jay from Shy came in the house. Thank you for being here. Let me see. Surviving the Storm. Thank you, sister, for being here. Make sure you subscribe to each other's channel. And once again, check out Naptro. Check out her channel. She's dynamic. Fly Birdie is in the house. Then we got Self-Care Boss. Greetings, Information Man. She said, thank you, my sister. We got BT, is a sister that follows me on Twitter. George Frazier. We got Earl Owens, who's in the house tonight. Let me pull up some people that are probably not here, but still got to give them some love. The Spirit Creed, strong-minded individuals. Thank you, everybody. TR Nari was in the house tonight. Carter, everybody was in the house tonight, and many, many more people are going to watch this after the fact. And this has been great. So, brothers, take care. Money Boy, let me give you all the respect by putting your avatar back up here. Y'all brothers take care of yourself. It's been a great night so far. I thank everybody who's come through. Thank you very much. And with that said, let me get it dropping again. Let's see here. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. The Information Man Show. Have a good night. Let me see a couple of the messages that came in here. There was somebody that put another new message out there. Let me see. Boom. Oh, the Ace Deuce family. Wait a minute. Thank you, Ace Deuce family, for coming through. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were able to come through. Do me a favor, Ace Deuce family. When you have opportunity, I think you should really watch the video over again, because we were talking some very comprehensive information tonight, information that can empower you to become a private citizen, to secure yourself as a private creditor, to understand banking, to understand how money and how the system works, and how you can take control of your name and your own trademark. And did you know that, hell, when you're born, they got your stock number. You're a stock number on the stock exchange, and they're making money off of you. Why not tap into that money? So do it, folks. Thank you, and have a good night. Oh, let me not forget everybody that's been listening to me, listening to us. Let me say this: listening to us tonight on Periscope. Thank you for listening. Share this information with people that you know in that platform. People that have been listening to us right now on my Twitter at Clinton06. At Clinton06 is my Twitter. Thank you for listening, because we are live on there as well, because that's connected to Periscope. Thank you for being here. This was a good build tonight. Great show, in my opinion, because these brothers brought it hard. Thank you.
Tell the truth.
Good night, everybody.